So, there I am again. This time something completely different. Completely different of what I did before. So, let I just show you what I'm talking about this time. It's way easier. Not much to unpack here. Don't know if you can see that clearly, but these are analog sticks. And it even says it on the sticker. Analog thumbsticks cap for Xbox 360 controller. So that's one. And another one of those. So for two controllers. I actually have three, but and the part you really need to access the 360 controllers, the Torx T8 screwdriver. It actually is the T8H. So Theodore 8 hashtag. And the reason why it's called that is because, yep, they sent the right one. Was a bit anxious. Seems to be have used before. Don't know if you can see this. Come on. Focus. 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 God damn it, focus. There's a hole. Come on, focus. For once in your lifetime, focus. Okay, so there is a hollow point in there somewhere. But it seems to be have used. But that could be me. And it's actually a bit different than the image on the website said. But oh well, it's the screwdriver that I needed. Because on the internet you find different types of ways to open the controller up. Some paper, not important. Some bubble wrap, envelope, not important. But on the internet it is mentioned that you can access the controller by using a thin flat screw screwdriver, and that you can just put in between two stars of the 6 and then you can turn it over. But that doesn't work that great on Xbox 360 slim controllers, the black ones. So yeah, I did order this one and it was only €4, so I thought, well, why not? So yeah, I did have some screw bits that had this particular Torx T8H, but it were bits, so they are wider. And don't know if you can see those holes pretty clearly. Yes, you can. These holes are actually pretty small. So so already removed the batteries from this, and well, this is just the inside, as you all know, and I will just open this up. So you have, don't know if you can see it that clearly. Let me get my flashlight for a moment. you can see it more clearly. There is a dot. There's a point in that screw, and that is the point that secures it in place, basically. So what we do, we put the screwdriver in there, it locks in place, and then just open it up. And another screw. Let me just readjust the camera a slight moment. Like this. You can see it way better and I can work a bit easier with it. So why do I want to open the controller up? Well, as you can see, I have some new analog sticks, and these are just, the right one has its grip still, but the left one is just gripless, and I think there is a lot of dust in here, because the analog sticks just move on their own digitally. The analog stick keeps in place, but the character on the screen goes to right or left, depending on what your last movement was. If your last movement was right and you turn into this position again, the character keeps going right. That's quite annoying. If it is a third-person adventure game or a shooter or a race game, then you don't want it to automatically go right. If that was a platformer, not a problem, not as much as a problem, but depending on your game it might be. So just screwing this open with the right screwdriver, not a problem at all. And I am an IT technician, so it might come in handy with other equipment as well. For the Xbox 360 Slim itself you don't need it actually. So let's see if I can open this up now. I forgot a screw, I think. Where is that other screw? There is no screw behind the sticker. So this is just terribly tough on me right now. Why? Come on, open up. Work with me here. Just I have the feeling there is still a screw left in there somewhere. Okay, so you actually have to use a bit of force here, otherwise it won't go. Hopefully I don't break it. Okay, so I will just look up a video first and then I will return. Okay, so I have found the hidden piece. I was on the right way. So the hidden screw isn't there, but the hidden screw is placed under the serial number. So if you don't want to mess up the serial number, which I can understand, then you need to have a smaller knife or something. I have this knife, but I can also use, where is it? Where is it? Ah, there it is. I found it again. You can also use this, which is a small scalpel kind of thing, which you use for paper cutting models, paper models. So let me see, how can I remove this easily? Just put your knife right underneath a point where you can sense that it will go under, and then just easy pull the serial number aside. There it is, in one piece. So we'll just leave it there for a moment on the base of my screen. So the smaller knife not needed. I would recommend such a tool like this. I mean, for paper cutting it's easy, it's bloody sharp, so careful with this. But now I can continue. The video that I used to look up how you can remove this, I will put the link in the description below, so you can visit that. And it gave me some heads up, which I'm quite happy about. So what you want to do is just pull the down side of the controller. You will pull it up and then just up like this. There's a rumble pad still stuck in there, so just remove that. So we'll just have the base like this, and that's actually pretty clean. Okay, so you have to be careful with this because okay, so actually the rumble motors, the rubber for the rumble motors are a bit weird. They're not even in place. You can actually change the rumble motors. If you have a store where you can find second-hand rumble motors, you can disconnect them through that connector, and then the rumble motor will get loose and you can change it for something else. Always change it for something. You don't want to leave a connector open. You can now actually see the trigger work. Wow. Okay, so what you want to do is easy does it. Remove the print plate as easy as possible. and you have the buttons still in there. So this is the rubber thing from the D-pad. If you want to remove the D-pad itself, then you will need a tiny cross screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, a real tiny one. So we'll just leave that in place for now. And here you have the rubber for the back button, the home button, the start button, and the 4 action buttons. So just remember the order which they go. Quite handy to remember that. And also remember where the start button is and where the... Nope, the buttons already go. The back button goes here, the start button goes there. Just so that's easy removable, and then you have the top piece still left. So actually this is quite clean as well. So just leave it there. You can also actually lift up the bottom piece, so you can clean that one if you wish. And that is in place by, that is kept in place by a knob here, a knob there, and a knob here. And also 2 pieces right there and there. Don't know if you can see that clearly, but the knobs are there. And you also have the bumpers, which you can also remove. And that is just on 2 knobs, right there and right there. And then you have the bumpers removed. And that's actually quite dirty in there. Just only a tiny bit, but it's dirty. And put it back on in the right order, of course. So we don't need the buttons only go in one side, because the gap on one of these one side is wider than the other one. So X goes there, A goes not there, so it goes there. The B button goes there, and then the Y button goes on top. Okay, this is the home button. Which can be removed in total, so you can paint it or something you wish. And that also fits in one place. that is solid, and then just and the wider and smaller bits are also for the start and back button, so you can easily refit them. Then just put this rubber back on after you clean it up. Put the D-pad rubber back in its place. And now we come to the part where I need to be. So just put the rumble packs back. So this is the way you want to hold it. One of the buttons is the radio button for the wireless. The other one isn't the button. Oh no, this is the these two are the bumpers. This one is the radio button, the radio wireless. So you want to remove this somehow. Let me see if that is an easy job to do. Yeah, you can just pull it off. You can just pull them off. And there you have two analog sticks that are pretty messed up. One thing that I did come across just now when I was looking up the video in the description is that these are actually the analog sticks for the default 360 controller, because these ones, let me show you the difference. Can you see the difference now? These are black, these are gray, so they don't actually have the black ones where I ordered it. But for me that doesn't have to be a problem or anything. That's fine by me. I just want controllers that are nice and smooth. So you can just pop them back on again. It has a flat side over there, a flat side over there, and that's the way you pop it back on. And when you hear the clicking sound again, then you know you have the analogs in the right spot. So that's nice. So then you can put it over again, put the analogs, put the rumble motors back on top. Easy does it. And just slide this thing back in, and then the rotors back in their place as well. This, then put back top cap, you want to reverse the way it came. So slide it over the analog sticks first. And now you have two new analog sticks. So just screw it back together. Let me just do that real quick. Yep. Okay, so this is actually a magnetic screwdriver a bit. That makes it easier to pop out the screws. And when, just common knowledge, if you are screwing hardware stuff back together, just screw it tight on the first point. It is tight, don't overdo it. So when you feel it getting tighter, you may want to be cautious, and when it's tight, it's tight. Don't put too much force into it, and don't lose a screw. Come here. Quite a tiny space for those thick fingers of mine. So I hear you say of course when I tell you to actually, when you want to open up your controller, order a screwdriver like this. Well, of course you say. Didn't I say so? Yeah, of course I am telling you that, but I know what a hassle it is to try to open these things up without this, and I couldn't get it done. I really couldn't. So this is the only thing that works for me. And if you don't have the knobs on the screws itself anymore, then I guess you can go for a simple Torx screwdriver, and most of you have that already. But put the serial sticker back in there. Put it just back in there. And there you have it. Now I've seen black controllers like this with grey analog sticks. So for me that isn't a problem. But if you do want them black, like the original came with, then try to find somewhere where they have black. I couldn't find it, and this is from a Dutch shop here located in the Netherlands. So just keeping the nice black one, because I have two more controllers. This analog is still pretty gripful, but then on this controller now I have some nice new analog sticks that feel way better. This is actually a bit less gripful than this one, but it is gripful. It's better than what it came with. So hopefully you have found this interesting, useful. Don't know if you are such a hobbyist like me, but I like to keep my things clean, and that's why I ordered the screwdriver and ordered the analog sticks. So yeah, this was the worst controller of the three I had. And now it's back in one piece. So yeah, see you next time. Bye.